Hello guys, you are seeing Prime News Australia, where we show you the latest and important news of Australia in the fastest and reliable way. So come, let's start by not delaying 25 big updates of the Australia, especially for you. Before proceeding in the video, comment by commenting from which state you are watching, and also like video so that YouTube can reach this video to more people of Australia.
The temporary fuel excise cut took effect today, reducing the rate and bringing price relief at many service stations. Unleaded petrol dropped by up to 25 cents per litre in several cities, easing some pressure on motorists. However, shortages persisted in regional areas and some urban outlets due to disrupted shipments. The government encouraged continued conservation as full benefits flow through with new supplies. Analysts noted potential volatility if the international conflict continues. Hundreds of service stations across Australia reported empty tanks or limited fuel stocks as the Middle East conflict disrupted oil shipments. Volatile prices and occasional panic buying created queues in major cities, though some improvement was seen today. The federal government insisted reserves would last until mid-April, but experts warned of a possible crunch point later in the month. Motorists were advised to plan trips carefully and use fuel efficiently. Treasurer Jim Chalmers held a press conference outlining extra cost of living support for households and businesses facing higher fuel and supermarket prices. He detailed measures for small business cash flow and defended the government's response, including the excise cut. Chalmers acknowledged April bill increases, but highlighted targeted relief. He said the government was monitoring economic scenarios closely amid global energy shocks from the Iran conflict. Green Senator David Pocock slammed Labor's reported gambling reform plans as half-hearted during parliamentary debates. His criticism came amid discussions on cost of living pressures worsened by the fuel crisis and economic uncertainty. Pocock called for stronger protections for vulnerable people, while the government managed fuel relief and budget issues. The comments highlighted tensions between the crossbench and Labor on multiple urgent national matters. Sydney's property market showed a clear divide in the March quarter. Expensive suburbs saw values fall by 1.8%, while more affordable areas like Maryland's, Mount Druitt, Richmond, and Windsor recorded similar gains, some reaching new highs near $1.1 million. Rental prices rose modestly, averaging $860 per week for houses. The split reflects shifting buyer preferences toward affordability amid higher interest rates and cost pressures. South Australian police seized a massive collection of allegedly stolen Lego bricks during a raid on a suburban Adelaide home. Officers catalogued thousands of pieces believed part of a larger theft ring. The unusual discovery surprised locals due to its scale and value. Investigations continue into links with other burglaries, with police appealing for public information. The haul remains secured for further examination. New South Wales and Queensland Police issued a joint announcement on enhanced cooperation against cross-border rural and stock crime. The statement focused on better information sharing and joint operations between specialized squads to tackle organized theft affecting farmers. Recent successes in disrupting rings were highlighted, along with stronger border patrols. Both forces pledged continued collaboration to improve safety and property recovery in regional areas. The Reserve Bank of Australia's ban on card surcharges for debit and credit transactions began today to save consumers billions in fees. Shoppers welcomed greater pricing transparency, but small businesses warned of passing costs through higher prices amid wage rises and fuel pressures. The policy removes a revenue stream for retailers who urged banks to absorb more transaction expenses instead. Australian households faced a triple whammy of bill increases from today, including higher private health insurance premiums averaging over 4%, the end of some energy rebates pushing up electricity costs, and possible rises in variable mortgage repayments. These changes add to pressures from fuel volatility and supermarket prices. Consumer groups advised reviewing budgets and seeking better deals where possible. Cricket Australia released its 2026-27 contracted player list, omitting star all-rounder Glenn Maxwell and young batsman Sam Constas in a surprise move. Brendan Doggett was among new inclusions as selectors cited form, fitness, and squad balance. The decision sparked debate ahead of a busy international schedule. Maxwell's absence raised questions about his future in the national team setup. The Socceroos secured a convincing 5-1 win over Curaçao in their final home match before intensifying FIFA World Cup preparations. Multiple players scored, boosting team morale and showcasing attacking depth under coach Tony Popovich. The victory provided positive sporting news amid the national fuel crisis. Australia now focuses on final squad selections and overseas warm-up games. Dramatic red and orange skies appeared in parts of Western Australia, including Shark Bay, as strong winds lifted iron-rich dust ahead of a tropical system. Residents captured the striking display caused by dry conditions and high winds. The associated cyclone later weakened, but the event highlighted severe weather risks in the region during autumn transitions. April's full pink moon reaches peak visibility tonight and tomorrow across Australian skies. Named after traditional Northern Hemisphere spring flowers, the moon will appear bright, though not literally pink. Clear conditions in many areas offer good viewing opportunities after dark. Astronomers encouraged outdoor observation, noting its glow can illuminate landscapes beautifully amid current national challenges. The United States Trade Representative listed Australia's content streaming quotas as a trade barrier in its latest report. The inclusion highlights differences in digital market access, despite strong bilateral ties. Australian officials defended the quotas for supporting local creative industries. Trade experts expect ongoing dialogue to resolve concerns without disrupting the overall positive partnership between the countries. National childhood immunization rates dropped to their lowest in 5 years, raising concerns ahead of flu season. Tens of thousands of young children remain unprotected against preventable diseases. Health authorities called for renewed vaccination drives in communities and schools. Experts warned lower coverage increases outbreak risks, especially in urban and regional areas. Families were urged to check and catch up on doses. Australians enjoyed April Fool's Day with light-hearted pranks from AFL stars and brands like Bunnings, Vegemite, and Jetstar. Clever fake announcements generated widespread amusement online. The day offered comic relief during serious fuel and cost of living news. Fact-checkers reminded people to verify surprising claims, noting a mix of traditional jokes and occasional misinformation. The Australian government is exploring support for Pacific Island nations facing diesel shortages from the same global fuel disruptions. Many rely heavily on imported fuel for power and transport. Canberra is considering alternative energy aid and other measures consistent with its regional role. Discussions with Pacific leaders continue as the crisis shows interconnected energy challenges across the Indo-Pacific. Proposals for an extra public holiday are under discussion in several states, since Anzac Day falls on a Saturday in 2026. Only Western Australia and the ACT currently get the Monday off automatically. Community and business groups suggest extending the break to honor the day while providing economic and social benefits through a longer weekend. The NFL confirmed the San Francisco 49ers versus Los Angeles Rams as Australia's first regular season game on September 10/11/2026 at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Ticket pre-sales started generating strong interest. The historic match aims to grow American football popularity in Australia and highlights Melbourne as a top sporting venue. The Bureau of Meteorology forecasts thunderstorms in western and southern inland areas, with coastal showers in the east over coming days. A developing low-pressure system will bring mixed autumn weather, with possible heavy localized falls. Farmers and emergency services are monitoring for agricultural impacts and minor flooding risks. Residents should check local updates. Authorities warned against fake news and hoax claims about April 1st changes to road rules, pensions, and superannuation. Many viral stories are April Fool's pranks or misinformation. The government urged verification through official sources before sharing or acting. This advisory comes during heightened sensitivity to economic news related to the fuel crisis. Australia Post launched a major property divestment program expected to raise around $400 million across multiple states. The sales form part of a portfolio overhaul to modernize operations and improve efficiency. Core postal services will remain unaffected. The move reflects adaptation to changing delivery demands in a digital age while generating funds for upgrades. Queensland police arrested 5 teenagers connected to a series of home invasions in Brisbane and on the Gold Coast. The incidents raised concerns about youth crime in the region. Public tips helped locate the suspects. Investigations continue into the group's activities. Police urged vigilance with home security and vowed to pursue such crimes vigorously. Economic forecasters lowered Australia's 2026 growth projections due to higher oil prices and inflation risks from the Middle East conflict. Revised estimates range between 1.3 and 1.9%, in some scenarios with warnings of potential stagflation. The government is implementing relief measures while monitoring developments. Businesses and households should prepare for energy and transport cost volatility.